WWE WrestlePalooza is usually celebrated for its high-octane action, unforgettable matches, and shocking twists. But this year's edition left fans speechless for an entirely different reason. In what was supposed to be one of the biggest highlights of the night, Jey Uso, one half of the legendary Uso twins, suffered a frightening injury that brought the entire arena to a stunned silence. For a performer like Jey, known for his fearless style and willingness to put his body on the line for the fans, this was not just another bump in the road. It was a moment that blurred the line between scripted entertainment and real-life danger. As paramedics rushed to the ring, the atmosphere inside the stadium shifted from excitement to fear. Fans who moments earlier were chanting and cheering suddenly found themselves in shock, watching one of WWE's most beloved superstars being carefully lifted out of the ring. Social media exploded instantly, with clips of the injury circulating within minutes, sparking conversations, prayers, and concerns from fans and fellow wrestlers worldwide. The injury that stopped the show. Details surrounding the injury are still emerging, but eyewitnesses describe a high-risk maneuver gone wrong. Jey attempted a daring aerial move, something that has been part of his arsenal for years, but the landing didn't go as planned. The moment his body hit the mat, it was clear that something was terribly wrong. The referee threw up the dreaded X sign, a universal symbol in wrestling that signals a real injury. Medical staff wasted no time, and for once, the showmanship that WWE is famous for completely vanished. The cameras cut away, announcers lowered their voices, and the crowd waited anxiously as Jey was carefully strapped onto a stretcher. This wasn't storyline drama. This was reality. Roman Reigns steps away from the spotlight. Perhaps the most emotional development came later in the night, when Roman Reigns, the undisputed face of WWE and Jey's cousin, was spotted arriving at the hospital. Reigns, who has often been portrayed on-screen as the cold and calculating tribal chief, dropped all pretenses of character when it came to his family. For all the feuds, betrayals, and dramatic storylines between them in recent years, at the end of the day, blood is thicker than storylines. Fans outside the hospital captured footage of Reigns rushing in with a visibly concerned expression. The man who has dominated WWE for years looked less like the head of the table and more like a worried family member who just wanted to be by his cousin's side. For many fans, this moment became a powerful reminder that beyond the glitz and glamour of professional wrestling, these athletes are real people with real emotions and families who deeply care for them. The bond between Roman and Jey. To understand why Roman Reigns' hospital visit struck such an emotional chord with fans, it's important to revisit the history between him and Jey Uso. Over the past few years, WWE has crafted one of its most compelling storylines around their family dynamic. Reigns' transformation into the tribal chief saw him clash with Jey in brutal matches that tested not only their physical endurance, but their emotional resilience as well. These storylines blurred the lines between fiction and reality, showcasing the complex bond between cousins who grew up together but found themselves at odds in the ring. Whether they were allies in the bloodline or bitter rivals locked in combat, the love and respect they shared as family always shone through. That's why seeing Roman put aside everything to be there for Jey in his time of need resonated so deeply with fans. It wasn't about wrestling, it was about family. The hospital scene reports from inside the hospital paint a picture of a tense yet heartfelt scene. Roman Reigns arrived alongside WWE officials and was immediately directed to Jey's room. Sources suggest that when Reigns walked in, Jey, though in pain and under medical care, managed a weak smile. The two men reportedly shared a quiet but emotional moment, a far cry from the dramatic confrontations fans are used to seeing on television. Nurses and staff described the visit as deeply moving. Roman, normally composed and stoic, was visibly shaken. He held his cousin's hand, exchanged words of encouragement, and assured him that no matter how long the road to recovery might be, the family and the fans would stand by him. Fan reactions and social media storm. As soon as word spread that Roman Reigns had visited Jey Uso in the hospital, social media erupted with emotional responses. Hashtags like #PrayForJey and #WeTheOnes trended worldwide. Fans flooded X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, with messages of support, fan art, and video tributes. Many expressed gratitude to Roman for putting aside his superstar persona to show up as a cousin and brother. Interestingly, even wrestlers from rival companies reached out publicly, offering well wishes and highlighting the respect Jey has earned across the wrestling world. In a business often built on rivalries, both scripted and real, moments like this remind everyone of the shared sacrifices these athletes endure for their craft. What this means for Jey's career. The question on everyone's mind now is, what does this mean for Jey Uso's future in WWE? Depending on the severity of the injury, Jey could be facing weeks, months, or even longer on the sidelines. For someone as passionate and hardworking as him, the idea of being away from the ring will be difficult. However, this forced break could also serve as an opportunity. In wrestling, absence often makes the heart grow fonder. When Jey eventually returns, the emotional weight of his comeback will be enormous. Imagine the ovation when his entrance music hits after months of uncertainty. That moment could go down in history as one of the most heartfelt returns in WWE. Roman Reigns' role moving forward. For Roman Reigns, this incident may also shape his future trajectory. While he has been firmly established as WWE's dominant figure, this human moment could open new storytelling opportunities. WWE might lean into the real-life concern Roman has shown for Jey, blurring the lines even further between reality and fiction. Could this lead to a reunion of the bloodline? Could it spark a new emotional storyline about family and loyalty? Fans are already speculating. Conclusion: more than just wrestling. At its core, the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso hospital moment reminds us of something fundamental. Wrestling may be scripted entertainment, but the people inside the ring are very real. They risk their bodies and dedicate their lives to giving fans unforgettable moments. And when tragedy strikes, it's not about characters or storylines, it's about human beings and the families who love them. Roman Reigns showing up at the hospital wasn't a publicity stunt, and it wasn't part of a storyline. It was family. And in that moment, fans across the world were reminded why they invest so deeply in these performers, not just because of their athletic abilities, but because of the heart, resilience, and humanity they bring with them both inside and outside the ring.